Okay, so now the idea is to talk about otoacoustic emission test, and this is a test to evaluate the outer hair cells in the cochlea, the function of the outer hair cells in the cochlea. Let's just start in understanding the idea of outer hair cells in the cochlea. So here we have the cochlea, and if you look at the organ of Corti, which can be here, you will see that it is built from cells, and part of them are this very fat cell with neuron connected to it, and here very thin cells that are like this. And here we have the the membrane and the hydraulic force from the endoleaf movement. So let's do like waves. And here are the outer hair cells, and here are the inner hair cells. Okay, so the outer hair cells are, the purpose of them, the function of them is, let's say, amplifying and maybe making tuning of the voice, of the sound that comes like a mechanical hydraulic force from the endoleaf that moves, which moves from the sound wave that gets into the inner ear throughout the stapes, the ossicular chain. They come from the tympanic membrane vibrations, which comes from the sound waves we hear. And the inner hair cells are what transmit the signal as an electrical signal to the brain throughout the 8th cranial nerve. So the outer hair cells amplifying such that the inner hair cells can get the signal better. So they are like helping the inner hair cells. They are, let's call it, the sensory part, and the inner hair cells are more like the neural part. So in otoacoustic emission, we are testing the outer hair cells. What we are doing is making sound waves which goes to the cochlea and cause the outer hair cells to function, to do their work. When they do their work, they distort a little bit the signal, and this distortion comes back as a otoacoustic emission, OAE, emissions from the outer hair cells. Those we can quantify. With the microphone here, we can get those signals, and if the outer hair cells function okay, so we can get those signals. If the outer hair cells are damaged, we won't get outer hair cells, otoacoustic emissions. Now this test is more qualitative than quantitative. Namely, it measures if the outer hair cells functions okay or not, but not how much. So if the outer hair cells function, we'll get otoacoustic emission from just making noise. So the outer hair cells will, from this noise, signal back the outer acoustic emissions, or not working, so we won't get the outer acoustic emissions. And this is the otoacoustic emission, which evaluate how those outer hair cells that can be damaged in various ways, like, I don't know, noise induction. So the otoacoustic emission tests this way the outer hair cells. Thank you very much. If there are any mistakes or correction, please tell me, and that's it. This is about the otoacoustic emission test for evaluating the outer hair cells in the cochlea.